How to clear your mind in 1 minute or less? Well, maybe there are some times you're not feeling great or you're being bothered by something, or there are many thoughts bothering you and you want some clarity. So, the first thing is you need to be aware that you want some clarity because sometimes you can get caught up in your mind and be in the moment, act in the moment, or do some things. So instead of that, if you're aware that maybe you can clear up your mind, like just take a minute or less. That can be a good first step, like just being like, hey, hold on, I need to clear up my mind. What is the situation right now? So the first step is always to be aware. Um, and once you're aware, then you can do some internal response, like how you communicate with yourself, which is your internal response. Or if you want to do some activity, you can go for a walk, you can go for running if you can, depending on the situation. And then after this act second step, the third, that's when you feel a little better, or um, you can kind of feel much better and can move on from there, can make a better decision, better thing, whatever is next for you. So most people are usually by visual, so you see things in your mind, and almost 70%. And there are a good 10 to 20% who are a bit auditory. So people hear, like if you always think in terms of auditory, like I hear this, I hear that, he's more about auditory. You are more auditory, and there are some people who are kinesthetic, who are more like feelings. They're all about feelings. I feel this, I feel that. So I'm gonna give you some internal responses here. So when you want to clear your mind, you can use these internal responses to yourself to communicate with yourself. That way, um, so you're communicating in your style. So usually most are visual, so you can see the word saw or like see. If you're more auditory, you can say the word hear. If you're more kinesthetic, you could say feel. So any inner mind work is always better when you close your eyes. So whenever you need to, or even if you want to do it now, close your eyes if you want to do it. But whenever you do it, close your eyes and first kind of be aware of what's happening, like what thoughts are coming up, and then use this internal response. The first one I want to give you is I see you and next. I see you next. So whatever the thought pops up or it comes up in your mind, you can just say, I see you next. So in a way, you are inviting the thought to move on, like the water that's flowing in the river. You want to move on, like next. You're not like kind of staying on the same thing. So that's one way. If you are more auditory, you can say, I hear you. Whatever the thought pops up or whatever that is in your mind, I hear you and next. So you say, I hear you next. Or if you are somebody a feeling person, I say I feel you next. So that's one line I want to give you. So whenever you want to use it, you can try that. You can communicate with yourself like that, like I see you next, I hear you next. So that way you are trying to move on to the next one from that. Another line I want to give you is I see you, what else? I see you, what else? Or I hear you, what else? So when you communicate with yourself this way, you are trying to move on to the next thing from that, whatever the situation you are, how are you feeling. So you're observing your thoughts and how you are, and you're trying to move on. So that way, you're trying to move from there to the next step. So that is, I see you or I hear you, and what else? So the word, two words, what else will make you move to the next one. So with that, if you can do those things, sometimes they can be helpful. And like I said in the beginning, if you have more very active person, maybe you want to go for running or walking, they also can help. But either way, any of these things will help you kind of clear your mind. And as with any of this, when you finish with the second step for a minute or two, uh, you can always end with, I accept myself as I am. Everything is okay. I accept everything is going to be okay. I accept myself as I am. And with any inner journey, wherever you are, it's always useful when you close your eyes and look within. In a way, you are looking inside, not looking outside. All these outside things are the outside world, but you're looking within. And as you know, outside things are shiny, there's a lot of light, but inside it's not so much light, so it's a little dark. But that's where you'll actually find all your answers for your situations and challenges. Hope this is helpful, and be well.